Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's high noon here in Eastern Standard Time. Good afternoon and good morning, wherever you are. Glad to have you with me. I'm Kerry's Musings. Last few times I've been on, the last time was a circus, and it will be the last time. It will be the last time I allowed anybody and everybody on my channel. And it goes to show you just can't let mob rule. I'm not on here for drama. I'm on here for truth. Truth is all I'm trying to find and promote for our freedom, for our liberties. And unfortunately, that doesn't hold water on our online people's channels and chat. We have the right, it's our house, to rule our house the way we want. We have a lot of trolls, a lot of instigators, a lot of people out there just trying to destroy. They give nothing to the channel, nothing but heartache. And that's all they bring to it. So from here on out, they are no longer welcome. If you are a known troll, a known agitator, anywhere or everything, there you will not be welcome. You know your names. My mods are instructed to ban you. A couple of them from the last broadcast would be number 1, Sable. Number 2, Al Munson. And so on and so forth. If you are a known agitator, troll, what have you, in any other channel, you will be banned. You have no God-given right to be in this channel. Furthermore, there is no constitution in this channel. There is no right to free speech. You can come in and give your opinion, but if it doesn't have any credence, you'll be asked to leave. If you're just trying to stir trouble, you will be asked to leave. Hi, Dash and Grandma. Hi, Malcolm and Tanya. Glad to have you with me. I'm sick and tired of people saying they have freedom to speak whatever they want to. You're not going to let them come into your home and ride roughshod on you. That's not legal. You're not going to go to your work and tell the boss whatever you want to tell him. That's not legal. Freedom of speech goes to the government and media. And that's the right to protest the government. Not come in other people's homes and tell them what to do. I don't care whether I lose everybody. I'm going to tell it the way I want to. My dad and I, a long time ago, discussed about, how times have changed from when he was young to when I was young. And I wondered what in the world he was talking about. But see the generations with my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren. My life, we've had the World War II, group, and then we had the boomers after the war, which I'm in, and then we had the millennials, and whatever in between, Generation X. I did not pick and choose. I did a little bit, but my mods, I tried to put everybody on so they could put their links out there, so they could tell who they are, what they wanted, put stuff into input. But it was taken advantage of. So I had to take most everybody off. If you'd like to be a mod, let me know. If you'd like for your for your link to be put up there. Hopefully my mods can help you out there. But I'm sick and tired of the way these channels are being overrun by just a few and making a mockery of it. I will not have it. I will not have it. How you doing, Charlene? Glad to have you here. And Charlene is one of my mods, one of my main mods. So respect her. They have the right. If anybody is a known troll, like I said, or a known agitator, you're out of here. You're banned. If I see him come on, I'll try to do it. He's busy keeping up with the text, the chat, and what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to be hard. I'm not trying to be mean. But if you have no input and you try to sway this chat from the way it's going, you're a troublemaker. There's a lot of paid troublemakers out there. And everybody knows who they are. We all know who they are. I go around enough, I know a majority of them. There's even people from YouTube that come on and watch us and will try to stir things up to see who's who and what's what. There's people from everywhere coming in these channels, trying to disrupt them. And I can see, like I was talking about before, the difference in the generations. You know, we look back and say we would never do that, but the new generations do things that we didn't do. And how many have a neighbor that you call an old fuddy dud? You know, they're old, they get my age, and they start to hate kids, hate people walking through their yards, hate everything you do, just sit back and typical, you know, old age things. I try to stay away from that. I try to love everybody. Try to keep in mind they're people too. A lot of things the new generation does, I don't agree with. I don't follow that. There's words said that to me it is greatly heartbreaking, more or less to say. I have to be aware that the different generations do different things different ways. We used to correct our kids by spanking, time, you know, then Dr. Spock came along and everything changed. We used to have correction. We used to have to do things right. And they took that all out with Dr. Spock. Things change. But we had to either ignore it or whatever. The younger generation is going to say things that might cut us to the core by the way they say it. It may seem gruesome. It may seem awful. But to them, it's just pure fun. But as they grow older, they'll see, you know, it's not really supposed to be about all fun. We have to get serious at times. Hopefully I continue talking. Yesterday, I just completely lost my voice. In the afternoon, I just totally couldn't say a word. The doctor changed my inhaler, and I think it had a part to do with it. That's exactly right. Respect what we say. If you don't respect what we say, you can leave. You can go out the door. Or you'll be escorted out the door. As I say, we have no constitution, no freedom of God to say whatever you say in people's channels. That's their channels, however they want to run it. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's the way it is. Just like you go to a job. You can't cuss out your job, cuss out your boss on your job and expect to keep that job. No way, no how. You have to show respect. No matter what age group you are, you need to show respect. If an older grump, same goes for you too. If you're younger, you know, it goes to all of us, all the way down. I heard yesterday, about Nazi. I heard everybody, I disrespect their flag because I have my flag up here. This is not an American, this is not the U.S. flag. It's just a symbol of it, just a portion of it. That flag was a pure red, white, and blue, double sewn, stitched. It should be respected. Hi there, C for Freedom. Hi there, Slim. How you doing? God bless the USA. That's all I can say. A lot of things going on, a lot of things hidden from us, and there's a lot of things we can do. A lot of things we can do. We need to band together and start at the bottom and work our way up. That's what I'm trying to bring about. I'm not trying to cut one person down or the other. I'm working for the freedom of our country for all of us. And we got to come together and love each other as a family and not fight back and forth, not bicker. Keep it in mind what we're going for. We just don't get it yet. There should be hundreds of thousands of people out there, hundreds of thousands or more. But what do we have? Maybe 1,000. On each group, we might have 200-300 and on each channel, if we're lucky. But I'm not looking for numbers on my channel. I'm looking for the truth. And from here on out, that's what it will be. And if you don't like it, you can hit the road. There's a lot of us that have friends that other people don't like. And we have to bite the bullet and leave them alone. Until they come up and do something terribly bad, leave them alone. Because every now and then people make mistakes. They will do things that would set each and every one of us off. They're trying to cut, and other people are there just to cut funding. Cut funding for everybody. So they can tear us down. We have to help each other. If somebody has a need, help them. Help them. If it's legitimate, help them. I see a lot of not legitimate reasons to help. But that's your right. That is your right to give to whoever you want to give to. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Don't stop it because a few people call you names as grifter or what have you. That's the most silly thing I've seen in all of this. People trying to cut out the help of the family. And if you give your money and you only want it for one thing and one thing alone, let that person know. If you don't like it, don't do it. Keep your money in your pocket. Whatever. And don't help. But someday, it might be you. It might be you in need. Most of my life, I've had it easy, had money, had everything. But here towards the end, I have lost everything. And a lot of it's by the government. A lot of it's by big bank. I could probably tell a whole story on that. Things that's happened to me through life. You think you have it made. You think you have it ready. And then all of a sudden, bang. Go down like a sack of bricks. I didn't think it could happen. Thought I was prepared. I wasn't. It could happen to any one of us. Opened my eyes. Probably too late. If I'd have known better, I could have done things better. But it didn't happen. It didn't work out that way. Exactly. Sleep for freedom. Very good. I'm telling you, this fighting that we're doing is useless. It's useless. And whether it's for fame, whether it's for power grab, whatever, I don't know. I don't know. But I tell you what, from here on out, I'm going to be fighting for freedom, and I'm going to be fighting hard. And anybody in any groups out there that'd like to come and join us, come and join us. You don't have to belong to any one group. I don't believe in that. We are one, not a bunch of separate groups. We're fighting for freedom. We are one. We're not this name or that name. We are united. A lot of us could be members of the group, but we can still talk amongst each other and organize with each other and do things with each other. Not under, just like us as individuals. Not under one name, but a lot of names. I don't agree that we have to split off into groups and do our own thing. You don't have to join any group here. Yes, I stand with 1776. And yes, they are going to do wrong just like any other group will do wrong. Anybody out there on live stream doing wrong, we're all going to do it. But when we stay on it and dwell on it, it brings us down. Oh, okay. 30 minutes. I might not make it 30 minutes because I'm starting to gravel up. Sorry. I'm starting to gravel up. But this is the way it's going to be here and here on out. We are all for one and one for all. But it's going to be about freedom, and it's going to be about liberty, and it's going to be about protecting our Constitution and keeping it in force. Doing good, Random. Glad to have you here. I just stopped by. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Yes, sir. Our mods have to hang with us together too. And if they go against the principles, I'm sorry, but I have to let them off too. I want to be fair to everybody. If somebody puts up something up there, don't take it. My mods, don't take it down. Let me see it, and I'll say boom if I want them gone. If I want them gone, I'll say boom. If I had to use a boom in other ways, I'll let you know. That don't mean that. Before I. Hey, Carol, how you doing? But I want to see what they say, except for the known, like as I said, the known troublemakers, the known agitators, the known trolls. I want them banned immediately. I want them gone. They have no right to be here. No right whatsoever, as I explained at the beginning. That's the problem with what's going on. A lot of people just take it off, and the host of the show does not see it, doesn't know what's going on, and then we hear about it. So please, mods, let me know if there's a question, but please let them show at least what they're talking about, and then we'll get rid of them if it's not any good. It's a tough thing. Our mods has a tough job, and as I say, we all make mistakes, all of us, from the organization to me to the mods and the people that come on. We just have to kind of police ourselves. And before we put something up there, understand, what it means. Think from the inside out. That would curb a lot of problems. Tuesday showed me a lot. It showed me that, yes, drama will bring a lot of people in. I'm not looking for that. And I saw just how far the troublemakers would take it. I saw just how people thought. It opened my eyes in a lot of ways. And I appreciate everybody that tried to help, but it just went helter-skelter. It was like, excuse my French, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I saw, and I hope every one of you out there saw what happens. What happens when you release the reins and let people have their say. Hope I never have to do it again. And I'm not condemning one group over another group. It's like I went in and I apologized on Angie's page, on her StreamYard. I did not want to bring anybody into this. As you know, we all knew the story. We all knew the actors. We all knew what was going on. And as long as they don't try to tear down the freedom movement, I'm on their side. But the minute they start tearing down the freedom movement, you're out of my life. Period. I trust until my trust is broken. And so far, only a couple has done that. I know we're all from different generations. And the older people, they have their way. The middle age have their way, and the younger ones have their way. And sometimes, oh boy, howdy, it will counteract each other. Because like I say, all through history, as my dad told me, things will change and everybody will get butthurt. But that's the way life is. Casey, you a baby boomer? Yep, I am too. I am too. Exactly right, Charlene. Exactly right. Everybody out there, please help. Please help. It's going to take every one of us. We don't need to talk about each other. We don't need to put each other down. And no matter what they do. You as an individual can see what's going on other places. And if you believe in it, it's your prerogative. And just please don't bring it here. I want it well-rounded, faithful to the movement of freedom, keeping the Constitution the way it is. And that's where I'm going to be going from here on out. We need to watch what we say, because what we say has consequences. I can't make it any plainer. There's a lot of people who's minded for a lot of big names. They know how it should be. Know how to handle it. But we're still learning, all of us. Even I've been online, with a stream, probably going on 2 years, and I've got a lot to learn. We've all got a lot to learn, and we need to take this as an example of what can happen. What can happen? Hi there, Freedom Misfits. Angela, how you doing? We got a lot of boomers here. We got a lot of young people here. And we can't be talking against each other. We grew up different. Each and every generation, we have grown up different. I have seen it many times through my lifetime. It's just like from the classics to the big band, rock and roll, disco, psychedelic, all the way down to rap. All of us ain't going to like all of it. But that's the way it is. And we got our young people to like rap. Personally, I think it's the most boring type of music there is. But that's because of the way I was raised and grew up. I mean, I'm not going to condemn you for what you like. Some people like pure disco. Some people like all rap. Like I say, I'll tease my granddaughter all the time. She'll put on something and or boom, boom, boom. I won't. Anyway, I won't do it. Angela, we're talking about what happened all week in other channels, how other people reacted. I had a free-for-all yesterday, not yesterday, but the day before, on my regular stream, where I let everybody in and found out what letting people say what they wanted, how it would react, and what it would do. And it was an eye-opener, which I will never do again. Never, ever do again. People took offense. Even our people took offense. And if somebody has something about somebody with proof, not just saying that they followed somebody that said something or whatever, show the proof. If not, keep it quiet. This is all about facts, not hearsay. What they might have been or what they could have been or should have been, that's not up to us to determine. And our leaders are going to make mistakes. They're all not going to be in one mind at every time. But we just sit back. Let what on goes cool down until prevailing issues go away. Prevailing minds take over. Just don't jump out and blow somebody up because they said something. Let's see what comes of it. Because, a lot of times, like I said, prevailing minds will change as things cool down. We can't go shooting ourselves in the foot or shooting everybody else, We all make mistakes. We all say the wrong things. I saw that from Monday. I guess I said things wrong because people took offense. And they let me know. Unfortunately, just not quite as bad as Mags, but just like they let him know at the beginning. Yes, these things were going around. And he may have said it going on wrong. And Santa too, and me, and all the way down. And I'm at the very bottom of the totem pole. So, what am I to say? From here on out, we need to band together. And let people clarify what they meant instead of jumping all over it and make it a war. Yeah, it's not even like it's not even like high school, Shirley, and it's like grade school, kindergarten. We're all reacting on a kindergarten level. It's sad. We're not even at high school level in most of it. And as far as religion in it, you can be whatever faith you want. That is your freedom. That is your God-given right to believe what you want. You don't have to be any such person or anything to fight for freedom. I don't know where that comes from, where you have to be a religious fanatic to be with any particular group. I don't understand it. Nobody has ever said that. That group might be predominantly Christian. Another group might be predominantly Muslim. So on and so forth. What the hey? What has that got to do with anything? We're fighting for the one main thing. And when you start bringing things like that in, you're causing a conflict. Pure and simple. You're causing a conflict. I believe the Lord is my Savior and He takes care of my life. But I'm not going to tell you, you have to do it. That's for you to research and do for yourself. If you don't believe in anything, that's your prerogative. That is your prerogative. I'm not going to tell you have to be one thing or another. I'm going to follow my faith the way I feel I should follow it. And you can do yours, whatever, but even if you don't have faith. But everybody has faith of some kind or another. It's instilled in us. It's in our conscience, in our social, everywhere. It's there. It's there. I'd say follow your heart and love everyone. As I said 100 times, our country was founded on Judeo-Christian beliefs. But they also put it in there, you have the right, no matter what you are, to practice it. Because in bloody old England, the British, and there's two sects in Britain. There's the English and there's the British. And the British right now, has always, well, through history, has always been the bad guys. We need to study other countries and their way of life and what they think and how they govern. Because they don't do it in school here. You have to take it upon yourself to learn what other countries do and how they do it. We get a little bit, but not enough. It's us as people, ourselves, to research ourselves. Take it either, take it easy, C for Freedom. Good to have you here. Where was I? But we all need to get our, as people, come together, no matter what you are. We fought this war because, as I was saying, the British only wanted one religion, the Anglican Church. That's one of the reasons why we tried to get away from them. They wanted the Anglican Church only in the U.S., in the colonies. They also wanted to bring slavery and taxation on the stuff that they sent in and then tax on what was taken in on it. And that's why we brought out the Constitution to give freedom to all. And today it would be transsexuals, it'd be LGBTQ, it'd be, you name it, drag queens and everything. But we don't need laws to make their ways the only ways, just like the church would be the Anglican Church. Their ways can't be the only way. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to push us on it, and make us live their way and their lifestyle and teach our kids to live their lifestyle. Oh, it's so much fun. Well, like I said before, it isn't always about fun. We got to get serious. It's not all about fun. We can't go and make one type lifestyle the only way. And that's what they're trying to achieve. You see it every day in and day out, trying to get our kids involved, to learn to be that way, to act that way. It's sad. It's really sad. This is our battle. They have the freedom to do anything they want, wherever they want, as long as it's not pushed on us, as long as they don't push it on our children. Let them be kids. As I was growing up, we were let to be kids. We were out doing our thing from daylight till the street lights went off. That's the way we were. Our parents didn't helicopter over us. Didn't make us, didn't worry about a little scrape here and there. We did a lot of dangerous things this winter. We're still going. But times has changed. And with all the traffic and everything going, we have to watch our kids. We had to have a watch out. It has really gone overboard. There's a lot of things out there. We need to watch. We need to video. We need more live streamers. We need more people to show the truth. If I could afford it, I would be everywhere. And I can't afford it. But you can do it where you are. You go out to these rallies. Everybody wave your flag and post it. I've missed a few weeks being down, but I'm getting ready to get back in it. Exactly. I'm a helicopter grandpa or pawpaw, as y'all know. Ooh. Uh-oh. What'd I do? Excuse me 1 second. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Whoop. Don't do that. Well, hopefully that's good enough. I think my kitty come in there and pulled a bag around it. Almost knocked it over. What would we be? Yeah, it would be nice. No cell phones. Going back to the easy way of life. But guess what? We're too much into it. We would be lost. We would go stir crazy without our phones. Unfortunately. I'm turning into Santa. That's that's a good person to turn into. Thank you very much, Charlene. Everybody help each other out. You know, if you're nearby somebody that's on here, you're nearby, all y'all help each other out locally and everywhere. It's not just here online. We can't live in an online society because it'll pull you in, spit you back out. We'll get too involved. Too much living in an online world. And a lot of people are living 24 hours a day a lot of times in an online lifestyle. I mean, living it, not just talking about it, but living in it, acting in it, going by what things are said. We can't let ourselves be drawn into that. We have to think for ourselves. Think outside the box. We can't just leave it out there and stay in that type situation because you go crazy. And personally, myself, I think that's what's going on. They're living it, eating it, sleeping it, everything. Can't do that. I have to pull myself away. Whoa, enough's enough. Enough's enough. I maybe should cut back on the time that I am on a lot more. Even though our GPS sometimes does get us lost, a lot of times I will try to mess with the GPS, and it does tend to send us the long way and out of the way and stuff. And I will do the opposite just to make it squawk. Make a U-turn, make a U-turn, make a U-turn, make a U-turn. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the world we live in. Good, bad, or indifferent. There's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad. And we're all finding it out. I was a logistics manager for a photo finishing company, a large photo finishing company, and the Kodak representatives used to come and say, "Gary, you need a phone tied to your side." This was before any cell phone come out because I was constantly on the phone. nerve-wracking, always on the phone. Well, not too long after, they got me one of those big old, tall, walkie-talkie phones, which was worse than, answering the regular phone. But thank goodness they shrank down, and they probably get even smaller. We'll be wearing them on our eyeball, like glasses, watching it. I hope not, but watch. We'll get to it. We always thought that Dick Tracy was impossible. But guess what? We've got all of it. We got the walkie-talkie phone with the picture. We've got those flying sleds, which could be drones or backpacks, jetpacks, everything. We've got that. It wasn't. It's been a while, but it hasn't been that long. And who knows what it'll be like in 10 years. We got a lot of things coming. A lot of things to look for. And, it's like Charlene said there, we need to focus on the mission. Whatever you want to call the mission, our goal. And we know what it is. A lot of people, what's the mission? If you don't know the mission, listen and find out. Yeah, they put phones in the shoe too, just for funnies. But I have seen where they have made the shoe phone. All we got to do is put our cell phone down there and paste it in. It's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah. A lot of stuff going to come around. A lot of stuff. Everything evolves. Everything changes. We have to keep up with the times. We need to keep up with the generations. Not become that grumpy old man or old woman, whatever. And see it. Try to see it how others see it. Younger generations. That's a big part of it. It's a very big part of it. We become disgruntled, become grumpy, irritable. Everything hurt us. We got to get over it. Think about it. How we did, what we did against our parents, how we rebelled, how we protested. A lot of different reasons we protested, different from now. But basically, it goes to the same thing. We need to learn from that history. We need to either change it, correct it, or start all over. Exactly right. And with any large group, you're going to have negative a lot. A lot of people just don't get it. And they might not never get it. But we got to keep going forward with our eyes on our goal. And try to educate the right way. And as I said, each and every one of us have our faults. We have our downfalls. And we have a lot that is good. Hopefully mostly good. We got to get off of each other's backs. We have to try to understand where they are coming from. What they say may mean something to them in that age group that we as elderly or older people don't even understand. Like a lot of these words going on, they're different from when I grew up. We used to call people pinks and rat pinks and do all kinds of different names for our nationalities. Nobody got hurt. Nobody complained. But now it's hate speech. Well, now, in our reality, according to the Constitution, that should be freedom of speech. But now if you say something against one nationality over the other, it's hate. It's not hate. May not be 100% correct, but it's not hate. A lot of people do it in jest. Like these groups saying things in jest, calling it satire and everything. It's the same thing. It's not hate. Unless you actually threaten somebody physically, wish them, do them harm, it's not hate. They've carried it overboard. These are the things we need to work on. Everybody, different age groups have different ways of speaking, different meanings for different words. Some words just appall me, probably appall you. But that's the way they are. That's the language they speak. We are doing ourselves a lot of harm by not understanding the generation gaps. I'm trying to understand because I have my great grandchildren and my grandchildren that I'm trying to teach, trying to educate. And I learn a lot of things, on how they think differently. And a lot of them might be the same thing, but they do it different. They do it different. Not soon enough. You're welcome down here, that's for sure. And really, I hear a lot of people say that Florida's hot in the summer, but I've been around different places in the summer out of Florida. And boy, howdy, it's a lot more hotter up there. It's a lot more humid. We have afternoon storms, rain, what have you. It cools everything down nicely. You might have to take 3 or 4 hours of heat around, until it rains around 5 o'clock. But from say one to 4, it might get hot. But after that, we cool back down. I guess it's how you adjust yourself to the climate where you are. And if it's different, you feel it. No matter what the change, whether it's dry, humid, what have you. It's a different thing and you feel it. It's just like down here in Florida, when it gets cold, we turn on our heater. Go up to 60, 70 degrees, it gets up to 70 degrees, it starts getting hot. Then when it moves up to 80, we feel it more. We got to turn on the AC, we got to turn everything on. Anything over what they like to say is anything over your age, you turn the heat on, or you turn the air conditioner on. Anything below your age, you turn the heat on. And by golly, it's almost true. But right now, I have my AC at about 77, and it feels cold. A lot of times, put it on 80, and it feels cold. Just a difference, what you acclimate to. Or just jump in the pool, right, Celine? Yep. Just jump in the pool and cool off during that hot time. But a lot of us don't have pools. Used to be everywhere I live had to have a pool. That's what gets you through the day. But we do a lot of different things. We have different things we do every location we are. There's different things going on. Exactly, Charlene. Exactly. We we time it for the time of the day. What's going on? But I have, in my larger home, I put it on 80 degrees and be comfortable all day long. It's what you get used to. And I'll go visit my people in North Carolina and West Virginia when it's like 60 degrees and I'm like freezing to death, and that's what they set their heater on. I'm like, oh, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, that's and the same thing goes with the movement. Different locations, different laws, different things, and we locally had to do what we could do to correct the things that are going on. That's why I say start local and work your way out. You don't have a group behind you, do it on your own. Call your legislators, your senators. Tell them what you're displeased in. Know what's going on, what you're voting for. Just don't listen to somebody. Get the facts. Another wrong thing we do. We hear something, we spread it without even thinking. A lot of people saying things without thinking. Just put it out there, whatever they think. I mean, we have to, before we say it, usually we should know it as proof and have proof. Like a lot of things they're saying about each other. You have the proof, put it out there. If they've done this, put it out there, show the proof. Don't just repeat it, just don't say it. Don't just accuse it, prove it. That's where we're going wrong. We're not proving everything. Good evening, Navi. How's jolly old England? You have a good time there? What's the temperature in England, Navi? Hey, Chaplain. Good day, Midwest. I'm just ranting, and missing everybody. I'm sorry. It is very tough to keep up with the chat and just, keep a line of thought going. That's one great thing about Ohio. You don't always have to have AC. You can open those windows and let it blow. And this is a month where the temperatures start changing up there. You need a sweater at night. I've been on several unions through the years, and visiting friends in between, and I had to wear a sweater and jacket in August, sometimes even in July. But I do like it cold. I do like it not cold, but cool. I don't like it cold. I don't like below my age. Guarantee 20. What is it Fahrenheit? That's what, 60? Around 60-ish, Navi? Well, you don't know, Navi's from England, and you don't call Englishmen British. One thing you learned from me today, don't never tell Navi he's British. Hi, my friend. 68 Fahrenheit. That's what I figured. I never learned a lot about metrics. So I just take a third and go there, There's a difference between an Englishman and a British, because British are more like the Soviets and regular Russians. That's why I say should learn everybody's culture all the way around the world, because this is worldwide. This is not just the U.S. This is for the life of the world. People seem to forget that. We are the world. That's right. That's what I just said, Bobby. You never call Russian a Soviet. It's two different things. It's like a patriot and a non-patriot. Night and day. Night and day. And that's what they'll tell you over there. Night and day. Same goes for France, same goes for Germany, and all of them. You need to know, what to say and how to say it. We are the world, and we have to get along. We have to know who's who and what's what. So remember that, folks. When you're talking about England, differentiate the two. Differentiate between the two. It'd be like calling one of y'all a communist. I would never do that. Never, ever. Unless you proved you were one. Somerset's broken. Yep. I tell you what, we can have fun. We can have fun. We can do what we want, as long as we don't forget what we're actually going for. As everybody says, our mission, our goal, whatever you want to call it. I could not believe that people got bent out of shape because somebody said that everybody needs to know their mission. Well, we do need to know our mission. We do need to know what we're going for. And we need to stick to it. So many things that people bring up are so silly, so insignificant. And it brings out a full-fledged war. I'm going to have friends that people don't like, and you're going to have friends that I don't like. But we need to learn to get on and look over it. Until that person does something against you, keep that friend. And when they do, then lose them. Plain and simple. It's everyday life. I mean, my goodness, some of the things we bicker over is crazy. It is actually childish. Oh, Daddy, so and so took my lollipop. Take it away from him. I can't play with so and so because they don't want to share. Don't talk to him. All kinds of stuff. Just like kids. Sit back and watch kids how they play and how they act. And then 5 minutes later, they're back together. Because they let bygones be bygones and go from there. They'd rather have the friendship than the outage. That's the way it should be. We can learn from our kids. There's one place, Charlene, in Florida. It's near LGBT Ladies Golf Tournament Boulevard in Daytona and 92. There's one area in there. If it's anything around 32, there is always snowflakes falling there. Always in the winter. I think there's lakes and the water management there and everything. I think it's because of the almost like a lake effect. It always flurries there quite a bit. I mean, it's amazing. It's not actually accumulation; it's just little bitty flurries. You can see it. Actually, the last snow I remember in Florida, big time, especially Orlando or Tampa, was back in the early '70s, around '75. No, excuse me, '76. Snowed 2 inches in Tampa. They had to shut down Interstate 4 because people were sliding in bridges, sliding over overbanks. They had to close it till about noon that day. It was a big day. just drove everything crazy. So hopefully it don't happen too much more, because things go haywire when there's a big snow. And my favorite place is West Virginia in the mountains, of course. I spent a lot of time there. And growing up in Ohio, all my relatives lived in West Virginia, so we was always back and forth to West Virginia. And I love the mountains and miss the mountains big time. We see little hills here. Our highest point is Block Tower, and it's like, I believe it's like 200 feet above sea level. It's the highest point in Florida, or one of the highest. It's kind of back and forth on whether it's the highest or not. It's a beautiful place to go. Built that tower with the Carillon bells that ring up on the hill. That's the highest point in Florida. But we have rolling hills to the northwest of me around Brooksville, and above Brooksville there's rolling hills around Claremont where Aruba lives. There's a rolling hills through there. Was at one time all orange groves for miles and miles and miles, straight rows of orange groves, till the fungus and freeze took them all out, and they could not afford to put them all back in, which was unfortunate. And now they're building. Here from Florida. Yeah. Yeah, I was raised in Ohio. When I graduated from high school, I moved down here. I've been away 2 or 3 times, working for jobs, transferring with jobs. But I always come back to Florida. It seems like everybody comes to Florida, they want to stay in Florida. And hopefully we keep our conservative people, and the liberals can stay wherever they are. But it's changing day by day. Rebel married a Yankee. Well, my first wife was a Florida, born and raised, and my second, she was from North Carolina, so she was a rebel too. Since I was born in West Virginia below the Mason-Dixon, I guess I was a rebel. But yeah, that's racist. Laughingly. Hey, everybody. Starting to get wheezy. I'm going to call it a day for now. This is the way it's going to be here on out. We can have fun. We can joke. Talk about the issues. If anybody wants to disrupt any known troublemaker or troll, will be banned immediately. And somebody puts something in there that doesn't contribute to what we're talking about, they will also be either timed out or banned. We're going to keep a clean, wholesome talk about what's going on, what we're doing, how we're doing it. And well, Monday I was trying to get AP to talk, but either somebody banned her or timed her out or something. I don't know what happened. I was trying to, talk, be cordial, find out what's going on, with everything. But I gained a lot, but I lost a lot. And I learned a lot. From here on out, going to be nose to the goal. And what we do as a group, as a family. Talk about other live streams. If something happens, everybody knows about it. I might touch on it, but I won't call names. We'll not call names. And we'll not abide by anybody else calling out names. What's their business is their business. What's my business is my business. And that's the way I'm going to go from here on out. That's right. Very good, Shirlene. If you bleed red, I love you. If you bleed green, I'm running. So till Friday, or if anything historic shows up, y'all have a good day. I love each and every one of you, and I really mean that. No matter who you are, no matter what you do. You do something I think is not right, I pray for you. And we should all be the same way. Forgive and forget. Keep on going. Keep on trucking. So till the next time, y'all have a great day, and we'll see you Friday. Bye now.